The Genasi control almost all of Calimshan for their Jinn overlords, all but a few outposts like the floating island of the Free, where escaped slaves from Calimport's Coliseum run their own brutal games. There, Cephas, a Genasi with no memories of his past, has spent his entire life fighting. But one day, a circus of misfits, led by the crow-like Corvus Nightfeather, appear and free Cephas. For the first time, Cephas can harness his inborn powers to control the ground beneath his feet. Hello and welcome to William's Lyceum. I'm your host, Liam, aka Hembar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of Christopher Rowe's Sandstorm. Sandstorm is a 2011 Forgotten Realms standalone novel by Christopher Rowe. It is a 4th edition novel, for those familiar with Forgotten Realms, and is set in Calimshan. I read a lot of Forgotten Realms novels, and so I was excited to read this one when I was able to chat with Christopher Rowe, actually, in the Whetstone Tavern Discord server. And this one is very different. This one's very interesting. So I enjoyed it. Of course, it is not perfect, but let me get into my thoughts. So we have Calimport, kind of. It's way less glorious after the Spellplague, right, in 4th edition, though it has always been tainted by a slave trade, right? And slavery is one of the themes of this book, I would say, along with identity. It starts with a bane, and honestly, the start is one of the highlights of the book. There's a duel between a gladiator and a great tentacled cat. I think we'd call it a displacer beast. So it feels very much like Sword and Sorcery at the start. We have Cephas, who is a gladiator and slave on this earth moat, which is a sort of floating island. He tries to escape from just about every bout that he's in. Even though he is a good fighter, he doesn't want to be there because he doesn't want to be a slave. He has some innate connection to the earth, and this relationship is explained once he goes on his journey. Of course, this is because Genasi are really important in this story as well, which ties into this identity theme. Another main character, I would say, that's really fun is Corvus Nightfeather, who's a Kenku assassin and a carny of sorts from the Circus of Wonders. One really big positive I feel like of this story is that there's good epigraphs from in-world texts, which are really cool, and I don't see that. In fact, I can't remember if I've seen that. Probably from some Ed Greenwood book for the Forgotten Realms, but not very often in the Forgotten Realms, so that was really cool. And maybe one negative is just, it seems like there's kind of a lack of antagonists here. The story has a very meandering plot, and it's very much a personal story about Cephas. And so hopefully you like him, or else you probably won't care that much about what happens here. Another positive, though, is you got 4th edition races like Kenku and Goliaths and Genasi, and you have Minotaurs as well. It even explores, again, this Genasi's aspects of having 2 or more elemental aspects, regardless of the birth. For example, can Air Genasi also acquire the fire aspect? So again, it's definitely about identity and also the true meaning of family. It's very interesting. It's a little gory in spots as well compared to some Forgotten Realms novels. I'm really interested. I believe Rowe only wrote one other Forgotten Realms story, and it's a short story in the Realms of the Dead anthology, which I do not have yet, but it's an anthology that I think it looks like I would really enjoy, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. But anyways, let me know if you've read Sandstorm. Let me know how you think it fits as far as other things go. Like I said, it feels there's a lot of magic. The way magic is handled here is not how Greenwood handles magic, which Greenwood is always, very D&D way of handling magic. But Greenwood also is very good on sword and sorcery, like sorceress immolation feel. But magic is not necessarily evil, though. Also, here magic is, it's very different. I think you just have to read it to get it. But anyways, it's been Liam's Lyceum. I'll catch you next time.